Here we will see syntax of JavaScript. The syntax of a programming language is the set of rules for writing legal statements. That is, those statements a computer can understand and execute. JavaScript syntax is a set of rules to make legal JavaScript programs, whether for a browser or a web server. Understanding and using proper syntax is essential for understanding JavaScript and avoiding code errors. Using improper syntax can lead to unexpected bugs that are often hard to diagnose. Different predefined syntax for JavaScript are values, operators, expressions, keywords and identifiers, case sensitivity, comments, data types, functions, and camel case. In JavaScript, data is represented by values. There are two types of values in JavaScript. One is literal and other is variables. Literals are fixed values that directly represent the data. Literals can be numbers, strings, or Boolean values. Variables serve as a container for storing and manipulating dynamic data. You can create variables using keywords like var, let, and constant, and you can assign them values. Variable can hold numbers, strings, objects, and other data types. JavaScript operators are symbols that are used to compute the value, and with operators we can perform operations on operands. Arithmetic operators are used to compute the value, and assignment operators are used to assign the values to the variables. Expressions are the combination of values, variables, operators, and function calls. They represent complete code statements and are evaluated to produce a value. For example, expression 3 into 4 evaluates to 12. We can use the expressions to evaluate conditions, perform calculations, and generate new values within your code. JavaScript has reserved keywords that are predefined meanings and cannot be used as an identifier. Example of keywords include for, if, while, and function. Identifiers are the names used to identify variables, functions, objects, and labels in your code. Identifiers are case sensitive and can consist of letters, digits, underscores, and $sign. It is important to choose descriptive and meaningful names for better code readability and maintainability. JavaScript is a case sensitive language, which means it distinguishes between uppercase and lowercase letters. For example, let with small l and let with capital L are treated as separate identifiers, and capital if or small if have different meanings. It is crucial to use consistent casing when referencing or declaring variables, functions, or keywords to avoid errors and ensure code functionality. Comments are ignored by the JavaScript compiler. It increases the readability of code. It adds suggestions, informations, and warning of code. Anything written after double slash or between slash and asterisk is treated as a comment and ignored by the JavaScript compiler. JavaScript provides different data types to hold different values on variables. JavaScript is a dynamic programming language, which means it do not need to specify the type of variable. There are two types of data types in JavaScript: primitive data type and non-primitive data type. JavaScript functions are block of code used to perform some particular operations. JavaScript function is executed when something calls it. It calls the function many times, so the function is reusable. And camel case is a naming convention used in JavaScript for identifiers. It involves combining multiple words without spaces, where the first word is in lowercase and subsequent words start with an uppercase letter. For example, calculate total amount or my variable name are valid camel case identifiers commonly used in JavaScript coding practices, where C is written in small case and T and A are written in capital case.